What's up, Hiram?
Thank you guys all for sharing in that time of solidarity. If you don't have box candles, you can hold them out now. And if you'd like to bring them up here, you definitely can. At this time, I would like to invite anybody who came from Austin to come up and speak. By no means do you have to. I just want to create the space for you because, again, this is what community is about. So if anybody would like to speak that came from Austin at this time, you're more than welcome to.
I'll speak. I'm from Austin.
How's it going, guys?
Hi.
How are you? My name is Hiram Gilberto. I've been live streaming in Austin for the last 2 months, and I was present at the time that Garrett Foster was shot. I was also present every single night that he was present at the protest because we're both present every single night. And I think that regardless of what you believe politically, I think regardless of what you think about the Black Lives Matter movement, I think the fact of the matter is, and I can attest to this because I knew Garrett, a little bit from seeing him every day for 2 months, that this was a needless death. This was senseless. That a good individual who had a passion, who had drive, who had dedication, and who taught us love and unity through his relationship with his wife, which he never abandoned at any point. 99% of the times that I saw Garrett, he was pushing his wife in Austin, Texas, protesting and showing his passion for the Black Lives Matter movement. So I think no matter what you believe, I think that we can all agree, and I think that the story should be that somebody that represented and championed dignity, dedication, motivation, and more importantly, love, passed away in a moment that he should have never passed away. He should have grown up, with his wife. But I really want us to focus on that story and forget the politics, because human life isn't politics. Human life is valuable no matter what you believe, and I know that because we all have loved ones, we all love each other, and hopefully we all love ourselves. So beyond that, I don't know what to say, but other than just keep going. I think that Garrett showed us that passion was important. And I think Garrett said at some point that he was willing to die for this cause. So I think that you know, with that, it's hard for me to talk about this, but I'll yield my time and head back over. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello guys, I'm a native Austinite. Travel down here to pay my respects to Garrett. The biggest thing I wanted to say was Garrett was a hero, no matter what the stories describe and what they try to misconstrue and things like that. It's really hard for me to talk because being down there, it's really hard to digest everything that happened. It took days for most of us to really even absorb the shock of what the fuck happened down there, guys. It's a fucked up situation that I never want to see ever again happen to anybody peacefully protesting within their amendment rights. One, the carrying is within your Second Amendment, and two, you have a right to freedom of speech, guys. You can go and see the film yourself. You can go and see the videos yourself of a guy taking a right turn into a crowd who's already there. They've dispersed out his way because we're honest, guys. You heard, Garrett started carrying his rifle after a protest where somebody drove in APD, tried to hit protesters and pull out a gun and shoot at protesters there. He was then apprehended by APD and they let him go less than 30 minutes later. That's the type of shit Garrett was trying to protect us from. And for him, for us to have video and for people to still not understand the truth of the story, it's complete bullshit. I watched this man take his last breath on Congress. I talked to that man 2 hours before and I told him, thank you for open carrying, buddy. Because all the shit going on right now, man, when shit hits the fan, I promise you, I want to be behind you if shit happens. But I said, I know you're here to protect your wife because that's what he has been doing. He has been pushing Whitney in the wheelchair for 3 months straight. 2.5 months at that time. 2.5 months. He did everything he could. He never overspoke any black person, any person of color. It was never about him. He was completely selfless every time. And for that to happen, for him to stand up after somebody drives directly into a crowd that we're marching, we were going home, guys. That was one of the most successful marches we had in a long time in Austin. We had black organizations coming together, throwing away their differences, saying, fuck our differences. You know what we're here for? Actual change. So forget the political opinions, and we came together and we marched through Austin so long, guys. So strong. It looked so good. I'm an Austinite, like I said, we marched up and down Congress, and I remember telling somebody, this is historic right here. This shit needs to be put in the goddamn history book. And as we're going home, a man thinks it's okay to turn into a crowd that is marching through an intersection at a red light that he could have just stopped at. He could have waited 35 seconds to avoid this tragedy. 35 seconds that man couldn't wait. 35 seconds that man couldn't wait to avoid taking someone's life. He drove into the crowd. We didn't have to walk anywhere. He drove into the crowd. He had enough time to roll down his window. I don't know about you, but if anybody has firearms training, if somebody is threatening your life, you're not gonna roll down the goddamn window to shoot. You're going to shoot. You're going to protect yourself. This man rolled down his window, eyewitness account, and a hand came out with a revolver and struck Garrett 3 times, shooting 5. Could have hit somebody else. And like I said, there was no protesters in the front he could have sped off. So now all of us have PTSD and we're scarred and we don't know how to fucking act because of this. It's serious, guys. I'm still digesting it because it's so hard. We're built in this world, in this society that tells us, especially men, you gotta be strong. You gotta keep moving, keep going. But we watching black men die. And then we have allies who finally fight for our cause and we gotta watch them take their last breath on the pavement too. And then when the police come, what do? They oppress us, they punch us, they push us. They grab Garrett and they rip his shirt. They don't give him any respect. They don't bend over. They have knives. They can bend over and cut his shirt open. They don't allow any of us to help him, administer any fucking aid to him. What type of people are protecting and serving us? You go to training for what? 8 months or 6 months or some shit like that, and you can't get down there and administer any aid. Like they said, we waited just about 20 minutes for finally EMS to come, which is probably in an 8-block radius. The cops have been following us that entire march in unmarked cars and vans. But you telling me it takes 20 minutes almost for an EMS to come there and save that man's life? And I'm sorry that I'm harping on, guys, but it took me so long to digest it. It took me so long to digest this. I went to his vigil and I just didn't want to say anything. But I promise you, on the inside, I am hurt. I am hurt. And it doesn't, I didn't even have to know Garrett like that. It triggers other PTSD that relates to that situation, guys. So you may not know Garrett personally, but you know somebody personally that will die for you, that will fight for you till the end. Think about them and you watching them take their last breath, gasping for life. The people who say they're supposed to protect and serve us are sitting there, pushing you back, punching you, saying get the fuck back, and not caring about your friend, your family member who's just sitting there in the middle of a goddamn street, dying, and you're telling him to hold on for his life. That's why we're out here, to tell the real story, because it's fucked up. Like Hiram said, it doesn't matter your political affiliation. That has nothing to do with it. If you think this movement has anything to do with political affiliation, then you're bullshitting yourself. You need to go do some research. It has nothing to do with that. It's a fucking human rights issue. He was fighting for people so they wouldn't be judged by the color of their fucking skin, or their hair, or the way they looked. I'm sorry, guys. That's all I have to say.
No, don't be sorry, honey. Right? Guys, I'm going to come up and say something because I'm coming out of Austin. I've been up there for 10 years, but I'm San Antonio. So I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all my name, and I will show you my face. I am Jill McCafferty. I went to high school at Madison, and I had the Knicks, friends that I've known for over 20 years that I would have taken a bullet for because of their opinions of Garrett. And now I just hope they go ahead and rot in a cold pit in hell. Okay? I was there. I was there with him. I was there with him. This was the first time marching that I chose to help secure the blocks instead of being right there. And I was half a block ahead. But I kept my head on a swivel because I was always keeping an eye on my protesters. Every time I come out to de-escalate and protect protesters. I heard that screech and I immediately turned around. I heard that first shot and I ran. By the time I got there, everybody was crowded around. I couldn't get in to put compression on that third wound, which is what I tried to do. So instead, I went around getting my protesters out of the way of the police. And I went around finding people that had info, that knew the license plate, that actually saw things, eyewitnesses that did not want to come forward to the police that had honestly brutalized us, which is why Garrett started practicing his Second Amendment rights. I will agree with everybody. I felt safer when he was there. That day, I was standing in front of APD, and I watched him and Whitney get out of the car, and they're coming to the crosswalk, and I waved. And we fist bumped as best we can with Whitney, of course. But it was always beautiful when we could. Said hi, gave love, and that was the last time I had the opportunity to speak to him. I've been saying this since that first day, and I got these words from you. When you take the best of us, you're left with the rest of us. And you said we will rise up more and more fierce every time. Now, what are our souls? What is our consciousness? Honestly, it's the electrical impulses in our brains. And when we die, the electricity doesn't just disappear, it soaks into what's around you. And part of Garrett went into every single one of us there. And we will carry his strength through this fight. But do not deny we are making real changes.
That's right. That's right.
We are not going to let this country fall back into that sense of complacency. This is a fight. We still have people alive that remember Stonewall, that remember again everything in the 60s. They're still alive. This was not that long ago. So why are we still doing this fight? I'm sorry, I'm not going to cry in front of y'all, but that is, thank you. I'm going to relight some of these candles.
empower Garrett Foster. Say his fucking name. Garrett Foster! What is his name? Garrett Foster! What's his name? Garrett Foster! Garrett Foster! I just want to strengthen a nation, but I'm losing my patience. In the wake of Garrett's death, I'm also coming from Austin, not that it matters. There's darkness and lightness. Darkness for a lot of people that didn't realize how hard this was going to be and how real it is out there every day and every protest. But the lightness comes with the unity that Austin created, that San Antonio has right now. And it's important to keep his name in your mouths, in your minds, in your thoughts, and whatever he stood for. He stood for this movement and for change. He was there to protect us because the pigs aren't going to protect us. He was there to protect us, so we have to protect each other in any way we can. And honor his work and honor his legacy. And continuing to do this and continuing to organize and continuing to check in on your fellow person because we only have each other. We don't have them to protect us. Garrett Foster died protecting us. What was his name? Garrett Foster! What was his name? Garrett Foster! Rest in power, Garrett Foster! Rest in power, Garrett Foster!
How's it going, everybody? I'm just gonna take a brief moment. This is for Garrett Foster. So I'm from here, I'm from San Antonio. Everybody from Austin, thanks for coming. I know you guys are running this. I just heard about this at the last moment and wanted to come out and show my respects. And you probably see this one shirt, probably wondering why the hell I'm wearing. Yeah. One word, Boogaloo. You might have heard of it, you might have not. He was one of us. He had just joined a team that I'm on. I was going to meet him. I had not met him. I was going to, and I know people that have. And I don't know if you saw this weekend what happened Saturday at Garrett's Memorial. Yeah. The 4 truckloads of armed men going to protect him. Those are my people. I'm not in control of them, but those are mine. Those are my friends, and we went there to protect his name. So I want to make this clear. There are people out there that are going to go fight for him. I've been out here with the reliable revolutionaries before with no plates, armed, ready to go. I'm a veteran. I signed up to do this once. I'm going to do it again. All right? You seen that yellow Gadsden flag with a snake that says, "Don't tread on me"? Okay, don't tread on anybody. All right? I'm here for every single person, regardless of race, nationality, ethnicity, religion. I don't care. If you're oppressed, that's wrong. He stood for that. He gave his life. He signed to give his life once. And he went out there knowing he was going to do it again. Maybe not that night. But it's a reality. And I just want to come out and say thank you to Garrett for being out there, for bringing us out here. I'm sorry he had to go out that way, but there are people out there that are willing to fight alongside him and alongside y'all. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Garrett.
Thank you, Garrett.
Like he said, Garrett was willing to put his life on the line. He told us that literally verbatim, out his own mouth, that he was willing to die for this cause. He not only spoke it, but he lived it. He put his actions behind the words that he spoke. And that is what I tell my family, like when I have kids or when anything in life, the only way to lead is by example. That's the only way to lead. You can talk the talk, that's cool, but people are monitoring your actions. I'm aligning you with what you do, not what you say. And when he came out there, he was out there all the damn time. One of the last chants, or the last chant, that we were in the street saying, and it's like traumatizing like that. Every time I hop on social media, I see this, I can't see that video. I can't hear that audio. It just re-traumatizes me and puts me back into that space when that happened. But our last chant that we had going was, "We frontline every time." Period. And that's what he was about. He was right there. matter what people say, that savage, that demon made a right. He knew he was right there. If he would have waited 30 seconds at that light like he was supposed to do, we would have been on the way. We were mobile. We were moving. He came out with a mission. He had a plan, and that was to inflict harm, damage, to kill. You don't drive into a field of protesters. What he did was premeditated. There's no convincing me otherwise. Garrett put his life on the line. He died fighting for us, literally protecting us. He was a hero. No matter how or who tries to slice that cake that any kind of way, that is what it was. That demon shot 5 times at his vehicle. His body consumed 3 or 4 of those bullets. He is literally a hero. At that close range, all it takes is 1 bullet to kill a man. And his body took 3 or 4. He literally saved lives. He drops off 1 bullet, there's 4 other bullets going into a crowd of people. I could have been one. My man could have been one. And countless faces that I'm looking out here, and I'm seeing from back home, that was there in that moment, could have been one. So I can't allow nobody to cut that or to try to form their own narrative and run with that shit without having some kind of resistance from this side, from the real narrative. Like my man said, there was people out Saturday. I was in the back of that truck. I was riding with them. There's people out there that's willing to fight for us, alongside of us. Trust me, I made sure I met with the boys before we went out, just to see, all right, I don't know too much about everything, but they were genuine about it. They knew, hey, the same way how you have these patriots that's willing to die behind evil and die behind, shit staying the same way how we willing to die for change, you got people on the opposite side that's willing to die for this shit to stay the same. But let me get off of dying for a second. The same way that Garrett was willing to live for this shit, because he was out here doing that. He was living for it. He was fighting for it. He was marching for it. He was chanting for it. He lived for it and he died for it. So that's what I want. I don't want to focus too much on the death, because he lived for it as well. So when we say I'm willing to live for this, because dying, we already saw, dying can take a split second. Dying, that's quick. That's a pull of a trigger. And you out of here. He lived for it. You willing to live for this shit? Is it just a moment? Are you willing to live for this? Until you die? Until that day comes?
Yep.
Are you willing to live for it? That's the thing. Are you living to fight for this shit?
Yep.
For real. And I don't mean to use profanity. This is a beautiful thing. I love it. But literally, I'm going to fight for this until my last breath. Until my last breath. I know it, bro. I feel it. I know energy. I know when you say you willing to fight for us, I believe you. I believe you, homie. I believe that. I believe Gary. When he told us he was out there, he was protecting us. He put his life on the line. He was front line. Every time. Front line?
Every time.
We front line?
Every time.
Not front line?
Every time.
Front line?
Every
We
time.
front line?
Every time.
Front line?
Every
We
time.
front line?
Every
We
time.
front line?
Every 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 time.
Front line?
Every
We
time.
front line?
Every
We
time.
front line?
Every
We
time.
front line?
Every time.
Hey everybody, I'm Felix. I'm representing Tribune of the People here in San Antonio. If y'all are interested in getting involved in Class Trouble here in San Antonio, get with any of the people handing out flyers. If y'all forgive me for a sec, I have this speech prepared, so I'm going to be looking at my phone a little bit, but hopefully y'all can hear me. Garrett and his wife Whitney proved and continue to prove themselves to be flowers of the working people, the proletariat. We shouldn't view either of them in this situation as just another sad story, something to grieve and bemoan, but understand them as rays of light among us, shining examples of how to carry ourselves as servants of the people and their struggles. It would have been incredibly easy for both of them to have abandoned the struggle long ago, his wife Whitney being quadriplegic and Garrett having been a full-time caretaker, both of these being extremely consuming in both time, energy, and resources. Nobody would have blamed them or given it a second thought if they had resigned themselves to a quiet, safer life, just getting by, even when they knew better, but they didn't. They inserted themselves into the fight for power into the hands of the people wherever they could find it. Even now, Whitney, who witnessed her life partner's death, doesn't take this as an opportunity to stay home and grieve, but has continued to put herself in the trenches of the struggle on behalf of the people against the ruling class every day since that fateful night. They are role models in understanding that class struggle is not a game, not a hobby or identity we get to wear, not a social club, not an interest group. This is real. This is serious. The fight to seize power for the powerless is something we should strive to eat, sleep, breathe, and constantly study for it to come to fruition. Regardless of what anybody trying to use his death for pacifist means may try to tell you, Garrett died a revolutionary. The final chance before his life taken were front line every time, and one solution, revolution. He didn't believe in asking for power by asking the ruling class politely for it, but understood that we got to take it for ourselves. His death was won at the hands of an active duty Army Sergeant, Daniel Perry, a representative of the imperialist system he spent his final moments struggling against, and one that he kept behind him when he left the military. Garrett Foster and those like him can never truly die, because when we win, not if, but when we win, the names of the people who gave and risked everything will be forever present and visible in the future we're creating. Those who are willing to struggle and putting the interests of the masses first, they're the lifeblood that makes our victory not only possible, but inevitable. It needs to be understood that what we need to seek is in an abstract justice, not peace, but to demand and fight for people's justice for Foster, against Daniel Perry and Austin Police Department protecting him. Thank y'all for listening, and thanks to Garrett and Whitney. It's up to us to make sure what they've given us isn't wasted. And one more thing, there's somebody here, there's an opportunist here trying to besmirch Garrett Foster's name. Somebody trying to say that he's a member of the Boogaloo group. He was not. He was not a member of the far-right Boogaloo group. He was fighting the people. He was fighting for all of them. He was fighting for us. He was fighting to put power into the hands of the people. And it needs to be understood that we need to keep these opportunists out of our movement and keep Garrett Foster's name out of their mouths. Thank you.
I have messages where he joined our group, and it's not a far-right movement.
He denied that. And call it something else.
You're the one. You're calling it that. It's not.
Not the time.
Not the time. You're right.
Not
That's
the
not what
time.
this is about. Agreed. Agreed.
Not the time.
Agreed.
Keep that shit somewhere else.
So
Fuck APD.
Facts.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out again. I just really wanted to show that in San Antonio, just down the street, this shit ain't sweet. I made it my goal to go to Austin once a week, and they don't, as you see, Garrett and Whitney were out there every day, guys. Every day. And here we get to stay in the comfort of our homes. So this is a call to action. If you are here locally in San Antonio, you need to rise up. There are things that we should be fighting for every single day outside of social media. There's shit that's happening in the city tomorrow that we need to pay attention to. And we've been way too quiet. So it'd be disrespectful to Garrett if we don't continue to fight this fight, not only in Austin, but in San Antonio too. So you will continue to see us out here. This should be a rise. It shouldn't take George Floyd. It shouldn't have taken Garrett Foster.
That's right.
It should not have taken Garrett Foster. If you don't know what it's like to stand out in front of APD, I need you to respect these people that spoke before me. Because at any time, you don't get to go out there with cute protest shirts and cute protest outfits in Austin. That's not what the fuck that it's like. At any time you can be taken. At any time. Remember, people in San Antonio, you don't know what that feels like. So I really need you to take in what these people said. When you go home, I need you to remember that. When we are in the city council chambers, I need you to remember that. This fight is for everyone. So at this time, I've asked for a call to action. For those of you that don't know, the budget is going to be discussed tomorrow. City council is going to fuck us over again. not only are they going to, not decrease the police budget, but they're looking to increase it. The people that cause harm in our community. Because let's be real, you don't have to be a police officer. All white supremacists aren't white. You don't have to wear the uniform to be a police officer. So we need to rise up. Yeah, San Antonio, you're quiet now, but we need to rise up because they can look like us. So tomorrow is this call to action. Right now, I need everybody to pull out your phones. If you're a San Antonio native, we need to do this right now.
We don't die, we multiply!
Facts.
As my comrade said, pull out your phone. We don't have an option. It don't matter what side of I-35 you live on. It don't matter what organization you wear on your shirt. We got to be all in this shit together. Because the people right down the street at City Hall, they don't give a fuck about us.
Facts.
And I need you to hear that. They don't give a fuck about us. So as my comrade said, right now, I need you to go to B as in boy, lowercase, I, T as in Tom, period, L as in Larry, Y as in, I don't know what Y. Yoda, backslash, BLMSA. Let us tell you where that's about to take you. Where that's about to take you is to where you can leave a public comment on tomorrow's proposed budget. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but we're prepared for the city to fuck us over once again. So what we need you to write is on item number 4, we need you to urge City Council, use whatever word you fucking like, defund, reallocate,
Abolish.
disinvest, abolish, SAPD, and fund healthcare, housing, and education. Because harm to one of us is harm to all of us. And like I said, it don't matter what side of I-35 you fucking live on. It don't matter what organization you rep, you claim. Today, that's why we're here nameless. We're here nameless because this is everybody's fight. So again, right now, you can leave your little comment, say defund, abolish, reallocate, disinvest from SAPD, and put that funding towards healthcare, housing, and education. And that's just the start of it. Because the only way in which we show the city that we ain't playing fucking games is together. It's together. So I will say one more time, because I don't know if y'all heard me the first 2 times.
Did they hear you?
It don't matter if you on I-35 in San Antonio or in Austin. It don't matter who the fuck you here with. What matters, it is the city against the people. And if you don't understand that, you at the wrong fucking event.
That's it. If you need help, we are nice enough to just raise your hand. We'll walk you through the public comments. If you need help with the public comment, can you say the link again? It's bit.ly. Yeah, share it with your friends.
Yes, there are graphics, y'all. It's graphics on all over Facebook and Twitter. We ain't here to tell y'all who we are, so that shit don't matter. But share with your friends. You have until 9 a.m. tomorrow. Because at 8:59 a.m. they're shutting that shit down.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did it earlier. They closed polls without letting us know.
Right.
What's his name? Garrett Foster! 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 One solution! Revolution! One solution! Revolution! One solution! Revolution! Rest in power, Garrett Foster! Rest in power!
Everybody put a fist up. When I say fist up, y'all say fight back. Fist up! Fight back! 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 Fist up! Fight back!
If tonight has taught us anything, it is that trauma is not an individualized experience. It is a collective one. And it is an ongoing process. Healing is something that we will be doing for the rest of our lives. But it won't just be healing. And it won't just be in isolation either. We will be struggling and fighting together. And so as a direct reflection of that resolute will, I want to ask those of you that still have a candle to place it around this altar in a circular fashion to form a ring of fire that's representative of our own will, united in struggle and burning forever into the future against this oppression. Thank you for coming out tonight. And rest in peace, Garrett Foster.
It's just me, man, but thank you.
And the charger right in front of it.
Is that the charger that we got?
All right, guys, so I'll be right back. We're at a Garrett Foster Vigil here in San Antonio, Texas. We're in the downtown area. I couldn't tell you exactly where we're located, but I will as soon as I find out. So give me a second. I need to do a quick conversation. I'll be right back.
Travis Park.
Travis Park?
Yeah.
Why not? Because they have to like worry about really quick, again, if anybody here in Austin, please come see me. Again, we have snacks, water, hand sanitizer, herbal for the healing space. They have good stuff they have over there. Nobody has to leave. We're here at the community building. Again,
Make sure when you're out here that you're networking with each other, guys. The reason these protests and these visuals and things like that are so important is because this is the chance to finally get to know thy neighbor. This is finally the chance to get to know somebody who looks a little bit different from you. We see people from different walks of life. We got people from different cities. Take the chance to go talk to somebody for 2 minutes. You can do it 6 feet apart and still get to know each other. A lot of these things that we have, walls that we build up, are things that society has built into our brains. They say because he has dreads or tattoos or this, I don't like him, or he's scary, or he might be like this, or he might come to me like this, or he'll be that way. But most of the time, guys, especially us middle and low class, we're a lot more alike and we are different. But we don't give each other the chance. We have the facade construct built up that say, hey, black and black and Hispanics don't get along. That's bullshit, guys. Black and brown together. All everybody here with each other. So like I say, I just encourage you to get to know your neighbor while you're here. I didn't want to say anything else.
I just appreciate the shot a lot. I feel like if there's one person out here who like says what I would say, that's all like the kind of reason that I should speak with. Yeah. He resonates every time with what I would say. Watching that man grow into a revolutionary from a leader has been one of the wildest things to see in my life. Absolutely. That's the story.
Thank you.
Hi. How's it going, guys? We are in San Antonio. I believe that the crowd is marching today, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they're waiting for everyone to gather. We had a couple speakers here right beforehand. There are candles around this kind of circle thing with a bunch of plants. This is a Garrett Foster vigil taking place in San Antonio, Texas, which is about an hour and a half drive from Austin. So you guys don't worry, I'm not traveling that far. I'm gonna wait to see what's going on. I'm gonna keep having some conversations and then we'll get to doing some interviews. I don't think there have been as many protests in San Antonio as there have been in Austin, but I hear that that might be about to change. I need to ask to get those facts, so we'll be right back.
But Play a little game.
Hey guys, so I'm back now. We are in San Antonio, Texas, downtown at Travis Park. I figured it out, guys. I believe there's gonna be a march. I still haven't figured it out. I haven't found the right person to ask that question to. But tonight they had a vigil for Garrett Foster right behind me. We got candles on the ground that surround this little circle thing with plants. I don't know what you would call it. I'm sure someone already tried to correct me earlier. So a couple people from Austin spoke. There are some groups here from the Austin area. Some people I do recognize, mostly individuals, no large groups or anything. I think they're gonna march to Veterans Park or something like that in just a little bit. But let me get some interviews of some of these folks out here, see why they're out here and how they feel.
It's like some big 30-year-old, like 6'4", like it's, I'd be like,
Yeah, for joining them and
Hey man, so my name's Hiram. I don't know if you know, but I'm an independent journalist. So all this goes on my personal page. You know, we're currently live. There's like 230 people watching, so not too many. Yeah, and mostly I just get people's impressions, man. I don't edit the footage. I don't, you know, I don't like. I'm as unbiased as I can be about the way I do things. So really it's kind of weird, but all I want is just you to talk about what you're doing out here, man, and how you're feeling. Just whatever you want to say to people watching at home, you know, that can't be here tonight.
Well, my name is Farrell Clark, and I'm out here with Reliable Revolutionaries, which is a local community-based action group, civil rights action group, and we're out here just to help support the families of Garrett Foster through these times. We came out here because friends of ours were putting together a vigil for him to honor him and his legacy, and so we came out here because we wanted to support that. We've done this one and we've done several others throughout the city, so we try to be at as many as we can.
What was that? No, I'm sorry. I thought we lost the stream. Yeah, I was like worried that, but it's still going. It was still going. My phone just glitched. So what do you think you want to see change in San Antonio, man? You're from San Antonio, right?
Definitely.
What do you want to see done differently in San Antonio, especially after like a vigil like tonight with Garrett Foster?
The things that I would like to see here in San Antonio is I'd like to see the city get together and work more proactively with the people and getting transparency and accountability into the police department and into the city government in general. I like to see that actual punishments be issued and put into place, and that we repeal 174 and 143, which help to protect bad officers and allow them to stay on the force.
Yeah. That's and do you think that this event will bring more people out to do things like the one you mentioned, changing the policies? That
Definitely. That's one of the reasons why we're coming to a lot of these events, is just to continue to raise awareness on the issues that are going on and that are affecting us. So, like I said, we were not directly responsible for this event. We didn't throw it, but we try to be at all of the events that are going on, or as many as we can, just to keep promoting that these cops need, you know, that are violating law, that they need to be punished and they need to be removed.
All right. Well, thank you so much, man. Any last comments? Anything you'd like to?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Awesome. Have a good one. Thanks for your words. Y'all take care.
Yeah, you too.
Would you like some fire?
Go ahead.
Hey guys, do you mind if I ask you some questions? You already asked.
That's all our job is today.
But also, like, I've seen people like say, oh, I love horror, instead of like trying to like actually.
How's it going, guys? Do you mind if I ask you some questions on camera?
Absolutely.
Cool.
I don't
You good?
mind. Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to?
Sure.
Cool.
Actually,
yeah.
So
I really
with
come
so many
out
people
to-
and
I have a
organizers
question.
here, kind of getting the nod off on that. I haven't really been briefed on the questions answering, so I just now that I'm actually trying.
Sure, no problem.
No,
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I haven't told my rep.
And I
No, I understand. I have some people here that
I immediately
I'm
ran
not
back.
necessarily just speaking for myself when I'm doing
And I can
interviews like
see
that, so
that.
we gotta take that into consideration. No disrespect to you though.
No, I understand.
I appreciate you doing what you do.
Yeah, have a good All right, guys, but I almost find myself asking the same people over and over again for interviews. So I'm gonna just wait until the march, hopefully in a little bit, and see if I get any other interviews. But I'll let you guys know. I'll keep the camera pointed over here. Walk around without the camera might make it easier for me to ask interviews rather than approaching people with the camera who have absolutely no clue who I am in a different city. So definitely a lot of people here are unfamiliar with the stream, and I'd rather explain it to them first before aggressively coming at them with the cam.
Yeah, when I was in school. Now they do. Dude, here's the thing. When I moved to this area, I went to Stall. Then they built Fox Line. So in 5th grade, I went to Fox Line. 6th grade, I went to Wood Middle School. Then they built this school. Wood Middle School was 2 miles from me. I got the bus to the school 6 miles. That was 7th grade, and then I went to Madison. Madison is the longest school. Not
That's the only reason I get the point.
Hey guys, so I'm just kind of trying to build some rapport so I can get some interviews for y'all because people don't really trust me, and that's understandable. Like, you know, some random guy with the camera wearing some body armor from Austin, you know, so We're in San Antonio, Texas, which is about an hour-and-a-half drive from Austin. We're in Travis Park. There was a vigil tonight for Garrett Foster. I thought there was a march, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misread the little advertisement for it. I hope not. But let's walk around. Hi guys. Y'all don't mind? Cool.
This is live?
Perfect. This is live. Yes, ma'am.
Live. Okay.
We are live on Hiram Gilberto. It's my personal page. I'm an independent journalist. I just film, and I've been filming in Austin for the last 2 months. I don't edit, so this is all this gets posted as it is, so you know. So first and foremost, I want to know if you guys are from San Antonio and what you're doing out here tonight.
Well, yeah, definitely from San Antonio, born and raised. We're out here to support Garrett Foster, honor his memory, and just stand in solidarity for the Black Lives Matter movement. He was definitely a member of the Black Lives Matter movement, to stand in, as an ally to support us and what we go through, and so we want to return the favor.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to share?
No, I mean, that covers it. Yeah, I'm a native San Antonian as well, and I'm out here in support of Garrett Foster and the unfortunate ultimate sacrifice that he was forced to make.
So how do you feel connected to Garrett Foster's death personally?
For me personally, I'm a veteran.
Yeah.
And at one point in time, I would have been proud to say that. I can't honestly say that it's still the case right now in this exact moment. And I think, in all honesty, that Garrett may have felt the same with the way the government is treating its citizens right now. So I would probably say that that's one of my more personal aspects to it, although I did not know Garrett personally at all.
Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to see happen in San Antonio? What has been happening, and what do you want to see happen?
Change, honestly. That's all I can say. Change has been happening, which is really good. Hopefully more changes keep happening, and just equality for all, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the repealing of state laws 143 and 174.
That part.
For me personally, I would also like to see our Black and brown communities actually fill out the census that's going around, because we are at risk of losing $515 million in benefits in our communities because of COVID-19 and our inability to fill out the census.
Oh,
right now.
I'm sorry, be close.
Yeah, no problem. Is everything? I'm beginning to suspect that there's a particular group of people that doesn't trust me. But let me go check. I'll be right back.
Well, we're all trying to keep eyes on it. Yeah, exactly. And I felt like I knew the general idea, but I was still like not putting myself out. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. All right. Looks like they're grabbing their if you park nearby, do you think you can? I think we all park. Yeah.
Wait, so we're waiting?
Yeah, we're just gonna, he's just getting his people real quick, and then we'll take step inside.
No, I talked to him, like, I feel like people around you see you as, like,
To be honest, like, because there are like some places in
I think she had a lot of things that, probably was like what
Every day, first thing you do, right hand on your heart. It's like you condition people. Pledge allegiance to the flag.
And I understand that the point of the stuff is
like you said. Oh, okay. Like kind of what they did to me. Yeah.
I know what this means, but I also know what it means.
Overall, I agree. I talked to Jesse last night. Yeah, I think
Alright guys, so I just about asked everyone I can ask for an interview here. I'll just keep filming. You know, we're in San Antonio, Texas. We attended a Garrett Foster vigil. There was about 70 to maybe 80 to 100 people here. I'm pretty bad at counting how many people were here apparently. But there was enough people here. Other than that, I mean, aside from the speakers, you know, I didn't observe a march. I got here like 15 minutes late. And I thought it was a march, but nobody's marched anywhere, so I don't think that's gonna happen. You know, it looks like they're looking to begin to be more active in San Antonio, specifically after the death of Garrett Foster in this vigil. There were some individuals asking for people to start to stand up in arms or stand up, you know, to protest somehow or do something in San Antonio. I can't tell you exactly what their plans were, but they had a call for action. Yeah, so I'll keep trying to get interviews, but it's been kind of difficult. I mean, it is also a vigil, so, and then recording people's personal conversations is just mean. So.
Could be there. That's what's up. It takes that. It's like because that's shit should be. It's like even when people, you see people that talk about LeBron, you see people talk about the rich athletes. It's like, how are you oppressed? Like blah blah blah. Like you're a millionaire. It's like I don't do this shit just for me, and like this is for my people. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like this shit is deeper than just ourselves. It's deeper than even if you don't experience it yourself, you should fight for the person that is going through it. Like I don't have no family members that's locked in cages or any young Latino kids that's like yeah, so I feel you. What's going on, Hiram?
What's going on, man?
Chilling, bro.
I think, what's up?
Just chilling, bro.
It's cool,
Chilling,
cool.
How's your night going?
Good, how's your night going?
Solid so far.
Haven't seen you in a while, Jay. Well, like in a day.
Yeah.
I know, we've been seeing each other almost every night for how long now? Like 2 months?
Yeah.
Almost
May
every
30th.
night.
You was out there the first day. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. That shit got hectic. How you feel about the event so far?
I feel it's interesting.
Interesting?
Yeah. It went. I think it went well, though. I think it was a good showing for San Antonio. A lot of people don't think it was because they feel like they expected more people, but I think it's been a good amount.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, brother.
All right, y'all. All right, yeah, likewise.
Hey guys, so there's a lot of moments where you guys don't know, but a lot of people are concerned about what I do out here. In the sense that, they feel like I might be doing more surveillance against the people protesting than I am doing good or benefiting the movement. And obviously my objective isn't either of the two, right? I just think that it's important to document the movement, and even more important to be able to bring you guys at home out here, because many of you don't have that opportunity. So it's interesting because today I've seen it more than any other day.
Yes.
I have before that battle, that struggle for people down here, and I've seen it for both groups, both police departments being suspicious of my intentions and the impact of my stream, and I've had protesters also suspicious and worried about the impact of my stream. It just gets me thinking, guys, and today in San Antonio I'm not as well known, and definitely interacting with people for the first time. I'm confronting that conflict once again, and trust me, I think about it a lot. I think about it so much, and I think that I've come to the conclusion, and I could have a further conversation about this at some point, but this is not the time. That there's more good than there is any harm, in filming. And again, it's that goes for both sides.
idea who that was.
And for those of you that are concerned about like, oh well, they're saying like, oh well, protesters are doing illegal things. It's not always that people are doing things that are illegal. It's just that there's a fear that they may be targeted for being part of the movement. Whether or not you think that's the case is your choice. But the fact of the matter is many people worry about that. You know, so it's tough. But we'll get right back to it. There's not a lot of people here anymore. I'm gonna end the stream really soon. I wish I could have gotten more interviews. But we're doing good so far, guys. So let's get right back to it for a little bit, and then we'll head home tonight, back to Austin, Texas. I think also the other thing is that, like, you know, I do everything I can to be respectful about who and what I film. Like, before asking to film people or before just blatantly shooting them on camera in a way that's not like casual that I otherwise would, you know, I ask for their permission. You know, I ask for permission. Hey, do you want to be interviewed? You know, and I've asked various times if they're comfortable with me being out here, and then they seem to be comfortable with me being out here, but they're more concerned about the interviews. I don't know. But letting you guys know, I do my very best to respect people's wishes not to be recorded. When somebody tells me they don't want to be recorded, I do what I can to prevent that from happening.
Yeah. If you guys see anything suspect, let me know. Don't talk to this clown.
Yeah, we're alone, Billy. Don't talk to that clown.
She called me a clown, I believe. She might be one of the organizers of the event, but like you can see, like I was saying, like there's so much animosity. Yeah. Yeah, and it's just like I was saying, like there's just a lot of suspicion because I don't have that rapport here that I have in Austin.
I just want to say, everybody, thank you for coming out. Have a blessed night.
So,
be safe going home.
Yeah, guys, it takes building rapport. That's why you got to be respectful, and you know that's why I try to be respectful about the way that I conduct myself. So it looks like everyone's heading home. I think I'm about to end the stream. You guys have a good night. I love you all. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of made me sad, but again, I recognize and understand why. There's a lot of suspicion about the guy with the camera, you know, especially wearing the armor and whatnot. I might look like a clown to them, I don't know. I hope I don't. But I love you all. Have a wonderful night, guys. Again, we're in San Antonio, Texas for the Garrett Foster Vigil. It didn't last too long. I don't think there was a march. I got here 15 minutes in, and it seemed like there was various speakers before I was able to get here. But you guys got a good chunk of what was happening. I'll be driving home. Austin's about an hour away, so if anything's happening in Austin, I will go live, but I'll let you guys know what's gonna happen later. I love you all. Peace.